Welcome everyone to the OWINNERS webinar. We were just entertained by Jerry Tamfor, also known as Keeper. He played some live music for us, and we want to thank him for coming every week. As his time is free, he comes over and he performs for us. And he also happens to be a founder, which makes it even better. So thank you again for performing for us. Tonight, we have a good topic for you. Some of you may not know what the topic is. You know, it's a kind of a technical topic in a sense, but believe me that after you hear Bob Takusi and Oliver Fonte talk about this topic, everyone here will understand what it is about. So the topic tonight is security, identifying phishing and spear phishing. So if you haven't seen the written description of this webinar, you might think I'm talking about fishing for fish, but it isn't. It starts with a PH, not an F. So that's pretty cool. And you're going to hear from Bob Takusi to begin with, and he's going to talk to you about this topic, and it's really pretty cool. So you can take the floor now, Bob Takusi.
Yes, Antilin, good evening, everyone. My name is Bob Takusi. I'm speaking to you from Bel Air, Maryland, and I am also your friend. Thank you so much, DJ Skipper. That was so electrifying. My brain is just open, and I can see everything that I have to say to you guys right now. Like, I'm just so excited. Good to see you, Brother Tony Monk, Brother Madi, our usual contributors. It's a pleasure having you always and always saying yes to us. Thank you, Mr. John Barilla, Listra. Everybody that I see here, my sisters, Marcienne and Sylvie, all the OWINNERS. Oh boy, it's just a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. And I'm very, very excited being here. Like Antilin said, the topic is security. Security, identifying phishing and spearfishing. Let's talk about the security part first. But before I do that, let me quote our founder, and so I can relate it to security. Mr. Ash Mufara says, "Get ready for the greatest shape of your life. Your names are going to be known, or the world will know your name," he says. That is true. Based on what we know, I know of OnPassive and what is about to come, the world truly will know our name. The magnitude of the impact of OnPassive, not only to us, the founders, to the companies, to people that will use them, and to the peoples of the world. And those of us who are founders now, who are blessed to see this vision, security will also come in place. Security is not only for Mr. Ash Mufara for him to have. I'm talking about the physical security now, because we have physical security and also have logical security. We are going to need physical security as well. There are people that we know, Mr. Ash have said that there are people who are going to be millionaires on day one when OnPassive launches. And he tells us that the world is going to know your name. So every single founder, wherever you are in the world, whichever small community you are in, you will be known. So you also need physical security. You will need to be aware of your environment every time you get out. Just as soon as OnPassive launch, that is what is going to happen to us. So we need physical security as well as our logical security. But let me talk about the security of OnPassive. Because our founder, Mr. Ash, has done something very masterful when it comes to security. I'm a security analyst. My brother Oliver is one as well. I'm a security and compliance analyst. So we can see OnPassive from a different lens. We are saying that OnPassive is secure. It's inside like an iron dome. It is going to be impossible for anyone to hit OnPassive from outside. The only problem, the only thing that you could worry of is what about from the inside? You see? But as far as Mr. Ash is concerned, from the human resource security, from the hiring of the people working for OnPassive. Security measures are in place. They have the background checks. The people that are coming in have the right credentials. They sign non-disclosure agreements. They do training to make sure they know exactly what they are doing and how the systems work. We have a physical building that is secured. You cannot just walk into OnPassive building. You have to go through security. There's guard. We all have seen there's a front desk. You come in, you are checked in. We have access controls to logical access to access the system. There are multiple layers of controls in place. We have firewalls. We have networks. We have everything that we need. He has done what it takes to protect the system, our system, OnPassive, from being hit from the outside. So we are fine when we get to that. Now the problem that lies therein then is, what about us, those of us who are inside OnPassive, us, the founders, and even some employees, some people who are working within the company? That is when the phishing comes in play. Phishing attacks are extremely effective and are the #1 way in which companies are being hit. You know, like when you go to the stream, like Until said, to fish, you put a bait on the hook and then you throw it in the water, and then the fish come. People from outside are going to fish us, every single founder. Not only the employees or not only Mr. Ashman, they're going to try. What they do is that they bait you, they fool you, they trick you to release your username and your password. And then they grab it, they can use it now to get proprietary confidential information, trade secrets, intellectual property, and stuff like that. And they can hold us ransom. They can fish us, get into our system, and hold our system ransom. Remember last year, sometime around me last year, there was a company called Colonial Pipeline. It's a Texas oil company that was held ransom by some hackers, and they paid $5 million. So us, the founders, we have to be very, very vigilant. There are 3 types of phishing. One, regular phishing, where the general email is designed to trick you to send. It's designed for you to be tricked, and then you release your email, your username, and your password, and then they use it to gain access to your system. There is what we call spearfishing. It's a more sophisticated and targeted attack. It could be an attack that is directed to, like, our finance department, to the accountants who are there. They can fool them with some kind of an invoice that is not a real invoice, but somebody who knows the people who are working there from outside. They can trick them to open an attachment or to pay an invoice that is not real. And then we have something that they call whaling. That is a specific, they do research. These hack scammers, they do research and they understand the company very well. They do their research and then they target executives. So someone like Mohammed Kamal, for instance, is a prime target for a whaling attack, a phishing whaling attack. They could compose an email like the email is coming from our founder, Mr. Ash Mufara. They disguise it and send it to Mohammed Kamal. That Ash is asking you for this, and that, or sensitive information. And if he's not vigilant, he can fall prey for it. So all of us who are founders, we have to recognize that we are probably the #1 line of defense for the company, because we are inside. People are going to fish us from outside. As much as we need physical security, we also need this logical security. We have to be aware, constantly aware of every email that comes your way. You have to be very vigilant and very careful as you open these emails, because there could be an attachment in there that you click it holds your machine ransom. There is something that they call SQL injection. You can open it, you respond to that email, they inject malicious code that can go into our database and cause havoc. So all of us, every single founder, you are a prime target for phishing attack. We have to be very, very, very careful and very, very vigilant as we move on. As you all know, maybe in the next weeks or so, like Brother Marty told us today, in the next weeks, things are going to start changing. The world is really, truly going to know you, us, all of us. And we are going to become prime targets for phishing attacks to get our information and then use it to launch attack against us. So let me give you a few, about 10 or so tips that we could avoid or safeguard or look out for or be careful with these phishing attacks. Be skeptical of the display name. When you receive an email, every email, be skeptical of it. When you get an email, look at the name, the email address, look at it. Because if somebody is from Unpassive and they send you an email, you look at the name. Let's say John Doe, it should be John Doe at unpassive.com, something like that, right? Somebody will not be sending you an email requesting for an information that person is an Unpassive employee or something, someone from HR, possible sending you an email to request some information from you. And then the email address is saying johndoe@gmail.com. And then you open that email and take it seriously. So you must be skeptical with every email that you see. Look at the email critically. Take your time. You're not in a hurry. Just pause. Look at the email. Read the email content. Look at the address, the person that the email is coming from. You read it. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Number 2, don't click. Don't click. Immediately, especially those of us who are not from, as soon as Unpassive launches to the world, all of us are targets. Every single one of us is a target for a phishing attack. So when you get an email, don't click. Just hover around it, read the email. If there's an attachment, hover your mouse over the attachment. You see at the down left corner of your the down below, the bar below, you see the link that shows that if it's not, it doesn't show you the domain like the http www. The domain of that file. If it just shows you some random funny characters like that, it's not real. So take your time, pause, hover around the email, look at it critically. If there's an attachment there, put your mouse over it and read it down. You see, it will not make sense to you. Spelling errors. Most of the time, these scammers are in a haste, they are in a hurry, or they don't care. So if you're reading an email from someone who requests information from you and you see obvious grammatical errors, that's a clue. Most corporations, big companies, I always get these emails from PayPal a lot. I'm sure you guys do too. You see obvious grammatical errors, and we all know PayPal has a corporate communication department that will send out these kinds of email. So you will not see an email from PayPal or a company like Unpassive or any major corporation with obvious grammatical errors. So when you see that, stop, pause. No, that's not true. Sometimes you can just pause and then make a phone call. It could come as a disguised email like one of your colleagues, maybe at the next department. So you see something like that, you just pause and go to your company directory or look that person up and call them to verify if they actually sent that email. Personal information. Most companies or that you deal with or Unpassive will not send you an email requesting your personal information anymore. They don't. And the way the email is addressed to you, When somebody's sending you a phishing email, they'll just grab your address from somewhere. They don't know you personally, right? So they will say, dear customer, dear founder, something like that. But if an email is coming from OnPassive, they'll say, hi, Mr. John Barilla. Hi, founder John Barilla. Hi, founder Lynn Nakamoto, you know. But because it's a phishing, they are just throwing their fish anywhere. They'll say, hi, founder, hello, founder. So that's a clue. And they will not ask you, they will not request for your personal information because they do have it. So if anything coming from you, from anybody is tricking you that they are OnPassive, please send me your username and your password from your founder account. That is not true. Don't respect that. That's a scam, a scammer that's praying out to just grab you and mess with you. Also, time. Oftentimes, these phishing emails, there is some sense of urgency. They're going to tell you, oh, you have within the next 3 days, you receive an email like somebody has attempted to hack your account. Please click on this link and then reset your password within the next 3 or 4 hours, or they can get access to your account. There's some sense of urgency with these phishing emails. Don't fall for it. Pause. Do your homework. Call the company. Call your help desk. Ask a colleague or somebody, or ask another founder, or go to your OChat. In this case, for us Passivers, go to OChat. OChat is going to be able to respond to OChat. Or OChat. Email signature. Most serious companies, when they send you an email requesting or any corporate communication from these companies, you see the signature of the sender, the identification of the person, director of this or manager. You see the signature. You can tell the authenticity of the email. If an email like that comes to you and there is no signature box, it is not true. Don't respond to it. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. If you read an email that is coming from someone, because these emails are going to come. Even our founder, Mr. Ash Mufara, is also at the crosshairs, but he knows what to do. Trust your gut. If the email does not make sense, if you read the email, you read it, it doesn't make sense, then it's not a factual email. Do your due diligence, call someone, send an email, or I'm sure we can put it in our community, send an email in the community and just ask. Be cautious. Don't automatically trust anything, especially now. Those of us who are founders, especially now. Pretty soon, the whole world is going to know your name. That's true what Mr. Mufara is saying, is telling us. The world is going to know your name. Everyone, you're going to go around. Maybe some of us in some local areas, you become local celebrities in the area that you are. You might even be on local newspapers. People are going to fish you out. They study you. They figure you out exactly who you are, and they're going to fish you. So be cautious. Don't automatically trust any email that you get. Take your time. Find out 1 or 2 things about the email before you respond to it. Don't provide any personal information, especially on social media. We have to be very careful now. On social media, you go out there, you put your name, you put your address, where you live, everything. These people, they come after you, they take their time, they study you. They gather your personal information, and then they use it to attack you. So, social media is social media. Protect yourself by withholding your personal information. you know, and, you know, just be careful. We should be careful. We might be the last line of defense to our dear unpassive. Because remember, we are inside. Remember, Mr. Ash said, when you come to unpassive.com, there's going to be a tab in there for a link or something. We're going to click Go Found Us inside unpassive. So we are inside. We are in the house. If you make a mistake and release your password to a scammer, they can hold your account ransomware. They can hold your wallet. They can hold it for ransom. Unpassive has done everything that she can on her part to protect you. But Unpassive cannot protect you from the outside. Unpassive cannot protect you from the outside, but she will protect you when you're inside our ecosystem. But if you open yourself, you let loose and somebody gets in, they can hold you ransom, they can hold your account, your wallet on ransom. So security is key, not only our physical security, but also our personal security, like I said. You know, so I hope, you know, those few points have given you an idea on what phishing and spearfishing and whaling is. They are all about tricking you, tricking us, tricking people to voluntarily release their information that they can use to get access to your account or to your system. And that is very dangerous because anybody who has access to your system can do anything. The same things that you do, they can go into your system and do any kind of havoc. Some could even cause damage. Some could hold the company. There's what we call SQL injection. They can send in malicious code. But even though I know unpassive, our AI and everything is solid, but that could just be a headache that the company will have to deal with. They can send SQL injection because remember we have these are all applications, so they can attack us like that. I hope that was helpful. I'll send it back to you, Auntie Lynn.
That was very helpful, and it makes me realize that I have some responsibility in this, you know, that we want to take some personal responsibility to know a
Yes.
little bit, to
Yes.
just be on our defense, not to worry, because this is not a topic for us to worry about, but just something to be self-aware. And I think in our own lives, we experience phishing attempts as well. You know, when you go to, for example, in Facebook Messenger, I've been phished before, except that I know not to click them because I recognize what phishing looks like. So because I'm aware, I'm not going to be a victim to those attempts. So this is what you are trying to teach us, right? To be smart about it. So I appreciate that. It's really good information. So now go ahead. No, please continue.
I'm pretty sure that at some point, maybe a video or something will be put together that all of us, you know, I'm sure Mr. Ash and the team in Hyderabad, because this is very important. Security training and awareness is very, very important. So there should be a video of some sort, maybe a 5-10 minute video that people, regular founders can go watch, look at it. That will help them to be able to identify these kinds of attempts.
Yes, yes. And, you know, Mr. Mafara was saying that there's going to be a lot of instructional videos for us. So I'm sure that's going to be happening with this company. I'm very confident
you
of
shouldn't
it.
worry. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. All right. Next, we go on to Oliver Fonte, who's going to speak on this topic as well.
Yeah, hi, everybody. Want to thank everybody being here with us, OWINNER, Brother Tony, Madi, Lynn, and can't call all the names. John Barrera, you know, and you know, I want to say thank you for being here. My name is Oliver Fonte, and I'm your friend. For the topic today about phishing, this is very, very, very important. I just want to remind us that, like my brother Bob, thank you, Bob, for that good presentation. And we have to be careful. The company has played their part. Now we have to take that responsibility to make sure that we are safe. Remember, like Bob has said it about 2-3 times, that phishing is something that we cannot like really underestimate. And we have to make sure, especially, I will quote some instances also here. I'll quote some instances, especially women. You like to shop. You like to shop, and they'll target you with your credit cards. Remember that we are going to be financially free, and they'll be looking for perseverance, for attack, because they know we have the money. For example, Amazon, they might come out with some Amazon nice handbags, shoes, perfume, and you will click that I want this handbag, I want this perfume. They'll say, okay, put your credit card number in there. Once your credit card number gets in, that's it. You're gone. Be careful with such things. I saw one with T-Mobile that came to me to my email. They were putting some articles them there, things that T-Mobile they don't deal with, some gadgets that T-Mobile they don't deal with those gadgets, and they put the prices. What I do with them, I go there and I will put fake bank account number. So when you put fake bank account number, they will pay $5. So that's why I'm dealing with them. When they come, I will click that I want to buy this gadget, then I put fake bank account number, they pay that $5. But I don't say that you people should do it. Don't even when they don't do it, because I'm a security guy. I know what to do. I know how to get anybody's IP address from your phone number. I know what to do. And once I get that phone number, that IP address from your DNS, that's it. I can do whatever thing I want to do. But for we, the founders, I want to let us know we should be very careful, because what those guys they do, they want to get your DNS account name. Once they get it, your IP address is also gone. So please do not click any link, like Bob said. Don't click any link. If you see any email from your sister, your whoever, your immediate family, call them first. Did you send me any email? If they say no, please delete. Just delete, because they are targeting you. Another one, they might send you an invoice. They might send you an invoice. I'll still go back to ladies. You ladies who like to shop. We men don't shop. They might send you an invoice, and you go to that invoice, say, okay, let me pay or whatever. You go and put again your credit card number. You're out. They've captured you ransom. Yes, we do have AI. That AI will spams free. Those guys, they've also derived a method. They're using AI also now to attack vulnerable customers. Some of them, what they do, they want to get receipts, like I said, invoice. Once they get receipt online, they start targeting you guys using their own online method to target. We should not fall prey to that. Those of us, I just heard Lynn just talk about Facebook. They go to Facebook. They go to LinkedIn. Some of us that we are professional, we are always in LinkedIn. They go to LinkedIn. They go to Facebook, Instagram. They can fish you from there. And once they get you, they can get anybody that is within your network, in your account, like your Facebook contacts. They will get everybody there. Then they start phishing everybody. Now that we are going to have our wallet, we should be careful also, because they can come through that and they get us. They also send text messages, SMS. At times I received SMS here. I know what I do with them, and they'll pay $5. I will not pay, they'll pay. So we should be careful with text messages also. You know, and your spam folder, please don't open Be careful when you go to your spam folder, you want to open any email that is on your spam folder. Don't read it first. For me, I delete everything. I don't even open them. But thank God that we have omail.ai, that we are not going to have spam folder. Thank God to Mr. Ash Mufara for that. The other one is our credentials. We should be very careful. I don't give my social security number on the phone. I don't care whether it's what. I don't give my SSN number on the phone, social security number. I don't. You can call me for what, I will not. So we should practice that. It should be a practice for us, that we don't give social security number on the phone. You know, at times, even my bank information, until, you know, I don't shop online. I don't shop online. I know it's difficult. Amazon, you can shop online, but be very careful. If you want to shop online, the page that you used before, when you come, close that page and open a new page, Amazon page, that you are sure of it. Don't go back to that page, because as that page is there, no matter how you have antivirus on your laptop, they can still get you. So close that page and open a new page. Go to Amazon, or you want to go to Nordstrom to shop, or any other Macy's to shop. Close that page and open a new one. And get that practice that whenever you finish shopping online, close the page. Just close the page, because as that page is open, it's vulnerable also. You have the bad guys that are around, just looking around who to get. You know. Then let me go also to password. Password is another one that we should take it to be as a habit. Now that we are going to the market, we'll be making money. Your password, both on OFounders or on when you go to onpassive.com to go to OFounders in the future, please, when you finish, close it. And just close the whole of that OnPassive page. I mean, OFounders page. When you come back, you open a new one. Go to your browser, get a new one. Your emails also, please. When you open your email, you finish reading your email, you get your code, please close it. At times, I know in future we might want to, like that, you are somewhere, somebody call you, please, can you transfer me this $2,000, $1,000 from your wallet to my wallet? This is the code. You use your friend's laptop in his or her house, and you forget to close it. That's danger. Practice to use your own. Tell that person, when I'll get back home in the next 1 hour, I'll do the transaction. Learn to use your own either cell phone or your own laptop. It's very important. I know people back home in Africa, they always go to cyber cafes. Please do not. They do have softwares that they are around cyber cafes. They have softwares that when you leave, they will just come with that software. It's a jump drive, USB stick. You just plug it into that machine. Make to behave as if they want to do something. They'll just go immediately. The last person that if it's you, they'll get all that information. So practice to use only your own cell phone, because you trust your cell phone. You trust your laptop because you've put in virus protection, the security protection there. Don't use any other body. Now that we will start making the money, because we are going to be very, very vulnerable to those guys. We'll be very vulnerable to them. So we should practice that our password, and they should be at least minimum 8 characters. Me, I do put 25 characters. I put 25 characters, but we should practice 8, minimum 8. And also practice like international standard. Every 3 months, companies change their password. They start sending you email 14 days before. Change password, change password. If we can also practice that, I think it will be very important. We should take it to be a practice, and it will help us a lot. And if you suspect anything about with your email, that somebody has tampered with your email, your old founder, change the password. Change the password immediately. Even in social media, own that, change your password. Because I know a lot of us go to social media. Now that we are going to have our own net, if you suspect anything, just change the password. When we change the password, they don't have access anymore. I will leave it there. Back to Auntie Lynn. Thank you.
That was a great education for me. The last half an hour, I can tell you, I feel like I just went to college. I learned so much. I think of myself as savvy, but I didn't know a lot of that information. So I thank you very much. I'm sure a lot of the attendees today are benefiting from your education. Thank you so much. At this time, we would like to go to Marty DeGarmo. Marty DeGarmo, are you ready to talk to us?
Yeah, let me try. It's going to be hard to follow these guys. Great job, Bob and Oliver. Really, really good job. And this is super important. Listen, no matter how secure OnPassive is, we need to be cautious and smart. Don't panic. Don't look at this like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. It's not. But there's a few things that happen, and I'll give you a couple examples. You might be stroming or surfing around, and all of a sudden you'll get an alert. There might even be a flashing light. You have been hacked, and you're in a panic, and it says click this button. The truth is you're not hacked until you click the button, right? It's telling you what to do, and people do it. It's just a habit. So be careful with that. If in doubt, don't open it. Don't even question it. Why question it? If it's that important, the person will call you or write you again, right? They'll write you again. It's not the end of the world. OnPassive will never, ever, ever, never, ever ask you personal questions on an email. They are building an ecosystem that we can enter OnPassive and do everything we need to do online and offline one day. So there's no reason for them to come ask you anything. You'll go there, then they will instruct you while you're in OnPassive what they might want or might not want. So just be, the main thing, like Bob said, and Oliver, is be aware. Be aware. Yes, people are gonna, when they find out passive heirs are making apples, you become a target. It happens all the time. But usually we don't have to worry about OnPassive being secure. It's just us being smart. If the feeling you get, hey, I wonder if this is okay. It's not. As soon as that feeling gets in your head, just tell yourself, it's not. It's not the end of the world. Just don't answer it. Don't click on it. You might get an email that says this. Hello, Lister from Ashmufara. And you open it and you're looking at it, and there'll be some kind of link in there, something to click. Or you might get, is this correct? Your last 4 digits of your credit card. And they might know that, by the way. And you say, yeah. Okay, is this correct? And they give you, the rest of the numbers are wrong. And what do people do? They give them the right numbers. I know it sounds horrible, but this happens every day, day after day, day after day. If you go look up phishing, PH, in Google right now and look under, if you go under where it shows the pictures, there's thousands. That's how big this is. It's absolutely thousands. And it shows people phishing from one website to the other. Years ago when I got online, I got that thing. You have just been hacked. And I pushed that button as fast as I could, like an idiot. And the guy came on and he said, let me help you. He came on, he took over my computer, he did all the stuff. And then I got my stuff hacked and I realized, oh my God. Now, thank God my bank said some guy's trying to buy, some crazy thing in some other country and they froze it. But That's how it happens. That's all. It's not, it's through our ignorance. And I don't mean ignorant is a bad word. We just don't know. But we should take care of each other. And Bob's right. There should be a video made of all the instances. Like if you do get something, you look at it, it's not a bad idea to share what you got. But whatever you do, God forbid, don't click it. That's all. You have to trigger the scam. You have to somehow trigger the rest of the scam, and they're hoping that you do. And the sad point is, a lot of people do. Older people, they don't know. Hey, your income tax, you're getting a special. They use the money thing. They use, you're 65 and older. You do have extra money coming. They put something in there. They click it. It's really sad. So I'm going to give you a story. It's not that funny. I thought it was funny, but we caught it. My son comes running downstairs, said, I almost got hacked. I go, what happened? These people called me and said, somebody tried to steal my card. And what'd you tell them? Oh, they said, they gave me the 4 numbers. And I said, yeah. Were they right? Yeah. But the other ones weren't. So I told them, no, that ain't it. It's 743456. And I went, oh my God. So I said, call the bank. He said, why? You just got hacked. No, they didn't know it. I said, they do now. Oh my God. He turned white as a ghost, ran upstairs and stopped him in time. But think of the millions that don't. Remember this, as smart as the guys are in Hyderabad, there's evil people just as smart. That's the sad thing. There's people on the other side, that on the dark side, let's say, that are looking to make a fast buck from people that don't know. But don't panic. And the good thing is if you're in on passive, you're safe. It's wandering around on the outside of on passive, we might get in trouble. And even then, when we switch over to their email system, it's all one login. We're going to be the safest group on the planet. But just be careful. That's all. I just wanted to add that. These guys covered everything. But, I know from experience, I've clicked a couple things and afterwards I get that cold chill going, oh, you idiot. But just don't get yourself in trouble. That's all.
Thank you so much. And I think all of us see it pretty much daily. I get texts that are suspicious. I get emails that are suspicious. I get phone calls that are suspicious. So as long as we play on the defense, just play on the side of caution. And as you say, you trust your gut, trust your intuition. Most of the time it's right. If it's telling you something's not quite right, err on the side of caution. Thank you very much, Marty. We would like to now go on to Tony Monk. And after Tony Monk, what we can do is we're going to have a couple of O-winners speak. I want to make sure we have time for them. And after the 2 O-winners speak, then we'll have time for a question and answer and comment period. So keep in mind what your questions are. And when it is time, I will ask for you to raise your hands and we will recognize you in order. Thank you. Now go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lynn. Hello, everyone. Nice to see everybody here tonight. What a great turnout, and almost 400 people here. That's fantastic. Yeah, all my brothers said it perfectly. They pretty much hit the nail right on the head, but I'm going to emphasize a little bit of what everybody's been talking about. I'm going to emphasize the difference between spearfishing and just regular fishing. Okay, so in most examples of spearfishing attacks, a criminal will send out targeted attacks via email to multiple users. In these emails, the attacker will use high-pressure manipulation tactics to trick the target, which is yourself and myself, into providing them with personal information. Okay, so spearfishing is a targeted attack aimed at specific individuals, and phishing is a non-targeted attack typically executed by sending millions of spam emails, which we get on a consistent basis. Phishing attacks are easier to detect as they typically use more generic emails and are sent to large numbers of people. So you have to recognize what a hacker email is and what it isn't. I mean, Bob said it earlier today. If you see HTTPS:////, then you're looking at a legitimate, probably a domain name. But if you see HTTP without the S, :// you're in trouble. It's obviously a hacker that's trying to hack into your information. So stay away from that. And like Marty stated, or somebody said earlier, the more security we have, I know it can be a pain. The OTTP that we have to go and get and so on. Face recognition is going to be coming up soon and many different things. That's for our protection. Because once we start to make those big apples coming in, we need to protect our financial resources. Am I correct? Right? Everybody agrees with that? Now, the thing is, an email is also important as well. Think about it for a minute. If you have one account in OnPassive and you only have one email to that account, and a hacker breaks into your email and steals your password and steals that email, now you're in trouble. Okay, now it poses a huge situation that now OnPassive needs to work with. So it's a great idea to change your password every now and again. I change my password once every 3 months, whether it's an email password or a password from OnPassive itself. So it's always a good idea to refresh, change your password, and protect yourself, because we need to protect ourselves. And phishing, spearfishing is huge. There's a lot of people that get hacked on a consistent basis. As we know, we hear a lot of stories, right? So we have to differentiate that we have to know the difference between a hacker and a non-hacker. Some of these hackers are so good that they will email you and tell you that it's your bank that's giving you some information, and it looks just like your bank information, like their website, and they will ask you for information. Don't give them information. Call your bank and say, look, did you send me an email? They'll probably in most cases say no, they didn't. So we have to really be careful. Like I said, all my brothers here, they've pretty much hit the nail right on the head. There's not much more I can say except what I just stated. Thank you so much, Lynn. Back to you.
Thank you, Tony Monk. That was excellent. At this time, I would like to say this. So we're going to go and hear from a couple of winners, and then we're going to take your questions and comments. So there is a Q&A section in this chat. On the bottom where it says raise hand, Q&A, you'll see it on the right of raise hand. So what I would like to do is ask you to write your questions in the Q&A, and we will be selecting questions that we find are appropriate and suitable and on topic. We will also take questions from panelists here if you'd like to raise your hand and stay on topic. So remember that we are not support. So if you have any support type questions, take them to support, not to this webinar. Alrighty. So now we would like to go on to our winners, and let me give you a brief description of what an winner is. So this webinar is called winners, right? Before it became this big webinar open to the public, it was a very small group of people, founders, who became very bonded with one another. It's a really, really special group called winners. And this group had been meeting for 2 years, twice a week. And it was run, moderated by Bob Takusi and Oliver Fonte. And it had a lot of value to it. And at a certain point, the group decided to make this webinar available to the world. So now it has become a very public webinar to the point of being live streamed, which is really awesome. But we do want to acknowledge the winners who have been part of this group for a long time. So I would like to first start with Gael Chokyu from Canada. You can unmute yourself and share. Gael, good to have you here. Talk to us.
Hello, everyone. Can you see me, Nantiline?
Yes, we see you.
Yeah, because, okay.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Uncle Bob. Thank you, Nantiline, for giving me the floor so that I can throw some words. I greet all the leaders on the panel and everyone present here tonight. My name is Gael Shuke, and I'm your friend, yes. I'm talking to you right from Edmonton in Canada. Well, Unpassive comes to me through my lovely sister, Sylvie Wanji, who is here tonight with us. And I take the opportunity to say thank you to her. And I also want to say that I will never, never miss the chance to thank her over and over and over again for sharing this opportunity with me. Okay. That's how I get to Unpassive. So until I studied, if I can say it, and I graduated in nursing back in Italy before I moved to Canada. And one of the reasons of educating myself, and I think I share this reason with most of us here tonight, is that I was looking for that financial. So I just want to talk about that financial security, right? That financial balance, so that I can meet the needs of my family. But I soon realized that the salary I receive does not suffice to have or to maintain that security until Unpassive found me, right? Until Unpassive found me, and I started going to webinars, to one webinars, to another one, listening to you leaders, and I really felt in my inner self that I found it. I found what I was looking for. I found great people, not only what I'm looking for, but great people. And not only I found that financial security and all that is included, is also a done deal for us, as our CEO used to say. I'm very happy to be here. Well, if we're talking about security, and although I did management computing, I'm not going to talk about the technical part of the security here tonight, because our OTech code took charge of that, and thank you for that, because they really educate us on that. I thank everyone who speak regarding this subject tonight. But I'm also pretty sure that our CEO is giving us the best regarding this. So this is in everything in Unpassive, we kind of having that security. I strongly believe in our CEO that it's a done deal, and there is no doubt about it. Okay. I don't know, but I know that Mr. Ashmufara is paving the road for us. Likewise, we also going to do the same in people's life, right? We're going to do the same. It's what I'm talking about, is kind of the humanitarian side of security. If you want to, if I don't want to slide to that, to that, the other side. So Mr. Ashmufara, through God, Mr. Ashmufara, God through Mr. Ashmufara want us to be an abundance, so that we can be a blessing to others, so that we can be that blessing to others. Unpassive is kind of the door of overflow, I can say that. Overflow of everything. We're talking about security, overflow of security, overflow of creativity, overflow of ideas, overflow of talent, fulfillment, why not? And good relationship, overflow of great people we had the chance to meet here. We have the chance to meet here. It is amazing, isn't it? I believe in that. That is amazing. So we're sharing the love here, and adding to that, we're going to provide that secure balance in people life. We are going to tell, as Uncle Bob said, the world we are. by making a major contribution to humankind, even if it's just a smile, because we're not talking just about security, financial or technical security. We're talking also mostly importantly about that, about the fulfillment, about the feeling you're giving to others, about people trusting you that they will have that security when they come to you. And because Mr. Ash Mufare, our CEO, knows marketing, people are going to sleep in front and on passive doors, looking for that, looking for something that they never experienced or see, including this security. In every
Yes.
single product in our ecosystem, we having that
Yes.
security. And the world
Thank
is
you.
going to adjust to our space. So I just seize the opportunity to thank our CEO and his family. Thank you to all the leaders here for your time and your patience towards us. Thank you to all the
Thank you.
co-winners. Thank you to
Yeah.
all the co-winners that I share a dearest memory with them through this thing, through this journey. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Auntie Lynn, to talk tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Gael. Thank you. That was beautiful. Appreciate you. All right, now we go on to Godfrey Cuevia Coy from the United States. You can take the floor, Godfrey. He is an O winner.
Hello, everyone. Auntie Lynn, thank you. Uncle Bob, thank you. Mari Degamo, we cannot thank you enough. And also, I want to say big thank to our CEO, Ash Mufare, for giving us this opportunity that those people that I never knew before have become my friend. And my name is Godfrey, and I am your friend. And I've been with on passive through my sister Frida, and I share the story over and over, but I will never be tired of sharing it because she pursued me over a month that I should join on passive. I said, what is it? What is it? Until one day I gave her my card that she should register me, and she registered me. So I was able to come to OWINNERS webinar. So when I joined OWINNERS webinar, I heard Uncle Bob Takusi talk. After he talked, man, I could not sleep that night. What happened is because his excitement was contagious. And I caught that. And the next day, I just went crazy to register like 11 people. So some people can explain or can give the presentation to people, people will get in. Some people is their excitement that people can get in. So when we'll be talking about the reseller position very soon, some people will understand the reseller position or come to be a reseller through your excitement, what you will do for them, not what it will do for you. That puts the person who will be getting in at the priority, that you care about them. That's why you want them to be a reseller, since the founder's position is no longer available. Security is very important, like all Uncle Bob, Marty, and Oliver all have said. You will not know that security is important until you have been phished and you gave your account number to the scammers or the hackers, because they will know some detail about you. And then you will try to correct them, like Madi Degamo was saying. You will try to give them the right. No, it's not 3 over here, 3, 4. No, it's 4, 3. So now they got the right information, what they were looking for, because they have tried the 3, 4, 3, 4 before it was not working. You see, so security is very important. I did not know before until the OTech Pro talk about security. Then I say, wow, yeah, the product had to be secure. Even we had to be secure. The accounts that the money will be going in had to be secure. So our whole system is a security. You see, when there's something happen at a grocery store or any store that they say they hack this company, everybody is afraid. Afraid of what? What's gonna happen to me? Did they get all my information? Is the company secure now? Can I go back over there again? Or I should be reluctant to go over there. So once we are secure, we will know that the scammers or the hackers, they will try everything possible, but they will not get us. The company will be secure, but we have to put it on ourselves that we do our best to secure whatever we have. And once the Apple comes, the best thing you need to do, get a better computer, get antivirus, all those things, so that you can secure your accounts, because they are very important to you. If you want to give email away, that's my perspective. If you want to give your email away, give the email away, but the email that you use for what do you call it? You use for the account, you are not even opening those until you just want to do some transfer or open that account. So any other email that comes over there, you don't know anybody over there except your account and the code. Thank you very much, Auntie Lee. God bless you all.
Thank you, Godfrey, for your contribution. All right, at this time, we're going to open it up for comments and questions. Try to keep if they are a comment, keep it to a couple of minutes, and make sure that these questions are not questions for support, because this is not what the webinar is for. All right, so if these questions are pertaining to the topic, no problem. Yes, Bob Tukusi.
Real quick, I just want to, Godfrey has said something that I don't know if you really got it. He made a good suggestion that I want to emphasize a little bit. What he just said last. Okay, what Godfrey just said last is worthy of us emphasizing on. He was saying that he would rather, that, like most of our emails, we have many emails. Once our own mail is in effect, right? We should use our own mail emails that we create. That the email that we have that is associated with our account, with our O-Founder account, we should not even bother to check the mails for emails that are coming in and out, except when we want to like get your OTP code and stuff like that when you're using the account. Rather, just use only your new email, which is secured. That's the suggestion that he's making, which is very brilliant.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Thank you, Godfrey. Good advice. Everybody listen to his advice. Makes sense. Remember, Omail doesn't even have a spam folder. That's how powerful our Omail product is. Nothing can compete with Omail. It's going to be superior to every other email system out there. All right, now we're going to again go back to questions and comments. Make sure your questions pertain to the topic, which is security, phishing, and spearfishing. All right, so we take Trevor Peters first. Good to see you here, Trevor. I asked you to unmute. Sorry about that. You can talk now.
Sorry, I'm on a Lyft ride right now. I do ride share for Uber and Lyft, and
Okay.
I actually had a instance last night that someone pretending to be Uber support called me up and said that there's a little issue with security of my account, told me to go offline. And
Trevor, I think that you might be in some wind or something. The wind sound is competing with what you're saying.
1 second, take it off of Can you hear me?
Yes, that's
that's
much
better.
better. Better. Thank you, Trevor.
Okay. All right. So yeah, last night I had someone pretending to be Uber support, got some information out of me, and then I noticed my email password had changed. My email account sent me a message that my password had been changed. So I went over there real quick and said that it wasn't me. I changed my passwords for all the accounts that they were trying to get access to. So I just found it was synchronistic. All of the relevant information that you guys shared tonight was wonderfully valuable for everyone here, so that nobody else has to go through that type of thing that they were trying to get into. They didn't have any money in them anyway, but still precautionary for future when there are apples and money readily available in there. So thank you guys for sharing all of this relevant information tonight. I really take it to heart. Learning more secrets to being safe online.
Thanks, Trevor. I'm glad you're here to learn. Oh, go ahead, Bob.
Thank you, Trevor. Yes, that's called phishing. That's voice phishing, and you acted fast when you got that email. Sometimes if you have that extra security layer where they will send you an email just to confirm that you really requested. If it's the system with AI tool, they can easily predict where the change is being made from. So they will send that email code or some notification to your email just to confirm that you are making the change, and he acted fast. So yes, they also can phish you by voice. It's called phishing. Yep.
Thank you. I didn't know that. Phishing.
Can I just mention something, Lynn, if you don't mind?
Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, to protect another way to protect your email is to make sure you have a two-way authentication. For example, if you're logging into your email, a code will be sent to your phone, and then you'll click on that code. You'll put the code in, and then you can log into your email. That's another measure of security, which is very important as well. I have that, and it works very well. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. All right, Trevor, does that answer your question? Are you good? Yeah, I assume you're good, Trevor.
He was just making a comment.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Just making a comment and saying thank you for all of the relevant information that all of that had just happened to me last night. So it's fresh in my mind, and I'm familiar with it.
Yeah. Yes, I see. Yeah, it's close to home for many of us. We're near victims all the time. All right. Thanks, Trevor. Next, we go on to Khushbu Agrawal, who is in Nepal. You can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Khushbu.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you, Khushbu?
Hello.
We can hear you.
I am
Go ahead.
Ma'am, I have a question that I am very blessed to have part of On Passive and this webinar. I learn of. Sir, ma'am, I want to know how we know about our email password. I have no idea about what is email password. I know my On Passive login password, but I don't have idea about what is email password. Please,
All right.
could any leader guide me?
Certainly. One of our tech guys will answer that.
Okay, the question is, she doesn't know what the email that is associated with her account. She doesn't know what the password is. That's what her question is, right?
Kushbu, so you don't know
Yes,
the
yes,
password?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That what you do is you go to that email and just put forgot password. Okay. When
Yes,
you
sir.
put forgot password, they are going to there's normally there's a phone that is associated with that email address when you open it. So they are going to send some kind of a code by text or something to that number that is associated with that account, so that you can use it now to reset the password. If it was your own passive account that you had problems with, we could easily walk you through. But now that this is your email, this is a problem between you and the email provider that you have. The only thing that you need to do is to request that you forgot the password, and whichever option that you had, they will
I have
send.
saved my phone number. I
Yes,
have
okay.
saved my phone number.
Good. They will send you a temporary password on the phone that is associated with that email, and then you will use it now to log in, and then you can change it when you log in.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Kushbu, for your question. Next, we go on to Jane Helms of the United States. Good to have you here, Jane.
Thank you so much for letting me ask my question. I appreciate it. Okay, so this is kind of going to go along with what Tony Monk was mentioning. Okay, because I was going to ask about a two-step authentication. So is that even necessary? And I know I have it on a lot of things that I'm associated with, and it works very nicely. So is it something that OnPassive has considered? And I know, maybe Bob and Oliver can answer this.
Jane, I'll answer it. It's not necessary, but I highly suggest it. Okay, just because it gives you that more level of security. The more level of security, the better it is, right? Because the thing is, if somebody's trying to hack into your email, right, they're gonna send a code. Obviously, they don't have your phone number, so they won't be able to log into your email. You see what I'm saying? So it's always good to have these security measures. The more security measures, the better. Okay. So I hope that answers your question.
I agree for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Next, we have Tina Go, who is our Tech Lover founder. Go ahead, Tina. Let me unmute you, sorry. Okay, you can unmute.
Thank you. Hello, world. Hello, beautiful Pacifians from sunny Singapore. Tony, you took my sharing away with regards to the authenticator in the email. I've got many emails. I know I'm an early adopter of the internet, and that's why I fell in love with it. I've got a long series of Gmails, and how much I love Google being secure. I still use the two authenticator for all of my emails. So you can just imagine every time I go into I use the emails for my own passive accounts as well. So every time I go into the Gmail, he will ask me, "Is this me?" I say, "Yes, it's me," all the time for the different emails. But again, as Tony said, the more secure, much better, because especially so with our on passive account emails, because the apples are going to be there. We don't want any of our accounts, not just one. Even if you have just one, that's going to be surmountable. So make sure that it is fully secured. And I mean, I just want to share that even in Singapore, we're the fifth almost secured, but we'll talk about data secure. We're down top 20, but in terms of innovations, we're up there top 10 in the fifth place with the Asian giants here. We still get hacked. Even our government websites get hacked. So, and it's through the phishing of emails of unsuspecting citizens.
Yes.
Facebook emails get hacked. So double sure that you take care of your emails. It is so important for us to do that. Thank you so much for having me here. I love you all. I'm always trying to be here, even when I'm working. Whoops. But I have my time. Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Uncle Bob and Oliver. Love you all.
Tina always finds time for Unpassive and she tries to attend as many webinars as she can. Don't you, Tina? You're awesome.
I
You're a good
try.
role model. Great role model to all of
Oh,
us. Thank you.
by the way, the Singapore Passion webinar here by May tonight. So I'll share it in my in Messenger. We're celebrating our 57th anniversary of our freedom from the British and from the Malaysia. So it's going to be a great webinar tonight. See you. Thank you so much
All
again,
right.
Lynn.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Tina. All right, next we go on to Violet Ryan from Canada. You can unmute yourself, Violet.
Hi.
Hi, Violet.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good, because I'm using a tablet as opposed to my computer. I just want to make you aware of a thing called AnyDesk. And if someone suggests that they want to use AnyDesk, they want to help you with something, what that does is gives them access to your computer. And I got scammed with cryptocurrency. And so every once in a while, somebody will call and say, we found the money that you lost. I want to give it back to you. And the last one went into my account and he cleaned out $3,000 out of my bank. And luckily, he put it in Virgo CX, which is a trading company. And when I got off the phone with him, I put two and two together. Stupid. And I sent a message to Virgo and said, I think I've just been scammed. So they put a hold on my account there. So my money was safe. And then I called my bank and I changed all my account numbers, everything. And he was telling me he's going to call me the next day. So he called me the next day and he says, there's something wrong. He says, I can't get into Virgo. And I said, really? Okay. And then he says, let's see what's happening with your computer. So I let him into the computer, but I had already changed everything. And when he tried to get into the account, he says, what happened to the number here? I said, well, that got changed. I talked with the bank yesterday and they're sending me a new card. I mean, they did give me the number, but I wasn't going to put it in there. And he says, well, I can't do this without being able to get in here. And I said, well, you're going to have to wait till I get the card. And he says, how long is it going to take? And I said, well, it's coming snail mail. So, whatever long it takes to come in the mail. And he kept saying, well, can't you get it online? Can't you get it through this and that and whatever? But I think I twigged in fast enough. Oh yeah, then he started swearing. And I practically hung up on him. And then I sent him an email and I said, listen, bud, I said, I've never been sworn on like by a official person. I said, and the other thing is, I don't know who you are. I don't know I just know your name. I don't know what company you work for. I don't know what country you're in. You know, I gave him the whole lot. So he sends me an email with all this information on it. And then he gave me the call. But I talked to Ontario police about the scam, and they suggested I talk to the Canadian government about it. So I've got tons of like really good info on this one to be able to let them know what's happening.
Very good. I'm glad that you gained from this webinar. You know, it's going to
Yes.
guide you in resolving your issue. Thank you so much for sharing that. You know, we learned through your experience, so maybe we won't have to repeat that same error, you know, that you made.
Yeah.
And anybody could fall prey to it. So thank you very much, Violet, for
Yeah.
sharing your personal experience. Appreciate it.
Beware of
All
any
right.
debt.
Yep. Thank you. Any more questions from the attendees? I think we're pretty good then. Anything from Bob or Oliver? Tony? You're good? Every good? All right, so I think that we've covered quite a bit of ground tonight or today, wherever you're at, wherever your time zone is. This was a very important topic, and I think for many of us, we learned quite a bit. I personally gained a lot from the information shared, and I hope you have as well. So keep all the things that you've heard tonight in mind as the company gets closer to selling its products. We're going to be known. You know how Ashma Farah says the world will know us by name because we are founders, for those of you who are founders. And just by the fact that people will know our names, we become vulnerable, we become targets, but we don't have to become victims. If we arm ourselves with knowledge like we have tonight, we'll be okay. And you know that OnPassive has the highest standards of security anyway. Marty, I forgot to say, did you want to say anything, Marty?
No, I'm good. I'm
Marty?
good. I'm good. Very good webinar. I'm good.
Okay, thank you. All right, so at this time, what we want to do is do our thanks, and then we will go into a prayer by Father Bless. We allow you to bow out of the prayer. You know, I will say we're going to have a prayer. If you don't want to be here for it, that's just fine. Oh, I see Tony wants to say something. Go ahead, Tony.
I apologize, Lynn. I should have, I just thought of it at the last minute here. I just want to say congratulations to the winners for their 2-year anniversary. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. That's all I wanted to say. And thank you, Lynn, for everything that you do. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony, for your contribution tonight. Always a great contributor. We appreciate you. All right, so now we go to our thanks and then to our prayer, and then we'll have an extended period of time for you to say bye-bye to each other, which is always a fun time for me. I love the bye-bye period. All right, so I want to thank Marty DeGarmo. And this Mr. Marty DeGarmo, I'm going to spotlight him. There he is. Mr. Marty DeGarmo, what can we say? He's so humble and modest. See, you see what he did? He turned the camera off. But the idea is that, you know, he has been with us opening up this webinar. He live streams it, he records it. We use the corporate account so that we can have a lot of participants here. We will not run out of room. So thank you, Marty, for the heart you have for our webinar. We appreciate you. I also want to thank our chat monitors. Who are they? They are John Barilla. Hello. And we have Listra Tuek. Hi, Listra. They are quietly working in the background to monitor our chat. And they also hit some of the YouTube live chats as well. Because my personal YouTube channel was full of the adult website links and stuff. So my husband is helping in the chat, so he's removing that. But you know, that's an ongoing issue that we have with everything, not just with us, right? With everybody goes through that. So we thank you for dealing with that. You will see John Barilla and Listra Tuek in other webinars as well. They're just great people, just awesome givers. Did you want to say a few words, John?
Oh, I'll just say thank you very much. You make me a little bashful there. Yeah, no, we just want to keep it safe and keep things running smoothly. So that's why we do it. And but thank you for recognizing us. We both appreciate it, I'm sure. Thank you.
Thank you. And Listra, you want to say a few words?
I just want to say that it went really well tonight. Not like last night. It was great tonight, and I am grateful. And I want to thank everyone from OWINNERS and for everything they shared tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, you guys. You're awesome, both of you. All right, I also want to thank Mara Aquino. I don't see her camera on. Mara, you want to turn your camera on? Come on to the what you call? Come to the, there you go. Okay, who is Mara? Mara is the one that creates our promotional graphics and our Zoom backgrounds. And I just love the Zoom background that we're enjoying today. It's just beautiful. So I want to thank Mara because she has a heart for us and she creates graphics for many webinars, not just OWINNERS. She's a giver. So I want to give her the chance to say a few words.
Well, besides saying good night, hello to everybody around the world, and happy to do what I do, the little bit that I do. I think it's very small what I do, but I love it. I do it with my heart. And at the same time, I have a lot of fun doing it because I love to create. And it was a great webinar tonight, by the way. I think we had to be very aware and very, protective of our accounts because we are going to be in a good position very soon. And protecting ourselves is going to be like a priority for me anyway. And I hope for everybody because I don't want to see anybody getting a scam, They're also getting smarter. So we have to get smarter and defeat them, correct?
Definitely.
Okay, so I wish everybody a good night, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay, is Jerry there? Jerry. He may not be right there at the computer, his phone. But that's Skeeper. Did you guys enjoy his music today? For those of you who came on early. So that's the benefit, right? If you come on time, you will hear his music. If you come late, you're not gonna. And we don't record it because we want to follow the YouTube rules about performing music. So that's why we don't record it. But I'm glad most of you were here to enjoy his music. Thank you, Skeeper. Appreciate you. All right, who else am I thanking? Thank you to Bob and Oliver. They are the hosts of this webinar. It's a big commitment. You have to think of a topic. You have to think of who's going to speak. You have to arrange everything, right, Bob and Oliver? It is a major commitment. So thank you for accepting it and doing it week after week. We also want to thank Sylvie and Marcienne. They are our co-hosts. They are awesome. Let me spotlight them. There you go. Where's Marcy? Marcienne. There we go. There are our two greeters, which are such an important function that we have. You guys want to say anything? Marcienne, you want to say something? Go for it. Say a couple words. Oh, gotta unmute. There you go.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the OWINNER and all the leader. And special thank you to Uncle Bob and Uncle Oliver for all the great job that they have done. Today was another great webinar. Again, see you all on Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcienne. Sylvie.
Oh, yes, Lynn. A French quote said that a great carpenter never had good chairs, the chair like couch and everything, good one in his house. So you thank everybody, you welcome everybody, but you forget yourself. So I would like to take the opportunity to say thank you to you for everything you are doing out there. Thank you to all the panelists. Thank you to all the presenters tonight. It was a great webinar. Thank you to Listra and John, Myra. Thank you to Madi Dogamo, I want to thank you, every single person right here. A special thank you to those who just woke up. India, Bangladesh, Africa, UK, you name it. We love you all and thank you for your support. We are all in it to win it.
Awesome. I'd like to also thank the people that helped to promote this webinar. They are many. The people here right in front of you, they helped to promote as well, right on this panel. They're all helping and promoting, but there's others. In particular, we have a group in India who have been committed to promoting various webinars, not just OWINNERS. And the individual who has spearheaded it his name is Sampat Patel. I don't think he's here. And the reason is he's sleeping because he was on the Insights with Lynn and Comfort show. So he had to stay up to the early morning hours. And I think he was exhausted. So he went to bed. But if it wasn't for that, I guarantee you he would be here. Sampat Patel has been asking his group to promote webinars in Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram. And this is really, really a crucial function to keep our webinars thriving and growing. So I want to make it clear that we're very thankful to him and his group for committing to promoting our webinars. Thank you so much. Now we're going to go on to our prayer. And after the prayer, we will go to the gallery where we can see everybody and we can say bye-bye to one another. So we will begin the prayer now.
Thank you, Auntie Lynn. Thank you all. Your friend Blaise. Great webinar. I don't know if you realize what happened. We are all happy and our mind is secure. Security of mind. So thank you. Let us put that security in the hand of God before going to bed, for those who are going to bed. Let us pray. Lord our God, fill this night with your radiance. May we sleep in peace and rise with joy to welcome the light of a new day in your name. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. And thank you so much for that lovely
Love you
prayer.
all.
Thank you. All right, we go to the gallery now. And this is our time to thank all of you attendees, Bob and Oliver, Sylvie, and Marcian and I. We all thank you so much for being here. It was a great webinar from my perspective. People stayed the entire time. The majority of people stayed. So that means that they were getting something out of the webinar. And that is what we aim to do. We aim to please and provide value. So at this time, we want to say join us next week. We meet at the same time every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Also, let's see what we got. Today is Wednesday. We will be having Friday Night Live, just to let you know what the webinars are coming up over the next few days. Friday Night Live is Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Saturday, we have the OTech Pros webinar, which is at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Then on Sunday, we have the Heroes webinar, which is at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And there is also a Papua New Guinea webinar, which happens at midnight Sunday, Eastern Daylight Time. And all of these webinars will be posted in the back office. So you should be able to find them. They're all public webinars. So they will also be posted in social media. All right, Violet, we're ready to end now. If you have one quick comment, Violet, you can say it real fast. Go ahead, Violet.
Okay, there you go. I just wanted to say that isn't Ash going to be on a webinar tomorrow?
He's expected to be on the webinar tomorrow. We don't know what time yet, but it will be posted in the back office. Yes,
Okay.
thank you,
Just
Violet.
checking. Thank
Okay, yeah, no problem. All right, Marcian would like to say a few words as well.
Yes, Angeline, I just wanted to say that for those that they can, we have the Singapore webinar that is coming up. It's going to be early in the morning. My own time in Houston is around 6:45 a.m. And we also have the Aussie girl. The Aussie girl, I think, is Australia. I think they also have their webinar very early. So go to your back office, please grab some link. If you are not sleeping, always check in to just support them. Thank you.
Sure. Tina, what time is your Singapore webinar in Eastern time?
Okay, Eastern time is 8:30 a.m. So that's not too early, I hope. I hope you're awake. we saw John the last time. I'm so happy to see John last week. So yeah, we hope to see more of you today as we celebrate our National Day.
All right. Thank you for clarifying the time. Appreciate it.
Sure.
All right. So are you guys ready to say aloha to each other? Here we go. I'm going to unmute everybody.
Aloha.
Dr. Bill is going to be there.
Hi, everyone from Australia.
Hi,
From Canada. Thank you for coming.
Good morning.
Night, Marcy, and I hope you had a good time.
Nice seeing you guys.
Very tomorrow morning, bright and early in sunny Singapore.
It was nice seeing you. Good night,
Nice seeing everybody.
Is upside
Good night,
down.
Tina.
Traded for a package
Love
of
you.
sunshine and
Hey,
flowers.
Jean.
Better, Marcy.
When you
Hi.
bought the
Hi.
things you
Hi,
love,
John.
Good
Hi,
night, Godfrey.
you must have flowers.
Great webinar, Lynn, as
When you
always.
hear it thunder and don't run under
night,
a
everyone.
tree.
Thank you
Good
for
night.
coming,
The apples
everyone.
from
Good
on
Night,
Brazil
Marcy.
for
We
you
love you.
and
From Pacific
me.
Park. Thank you, thank
Love
you.
hearing you sing,
Bye-bye.
Love you all. Love you all. Thank you.
Good night, Marcy.
Good night. Good night, everyone. We love you all.
Good night, Tina.
Bye-bye.
Good
Good
night.
night, I like to
Thank
dance.
you. Good
See
night,
you in the
everyone.
morning.
Tina, I'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Tina,
honey,
and
you too.
Dr. Bill is
See you
going to be
later,
the presenter of
alligator.
Singapore webinar. For those that
After a
want to
while,
support Dr. Bill,
crocodile.
please come
Hey,
in and
Rupa.
support
See you
Dr.
later,
Bill.
See you later, alligator.
Stop bien.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Tina. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
Thank you, John.
That's beautiful.
Bye.
Thank you for
Oh,
coming,
beautiful
James.
people. Love you.
Fantastic job, Auntie Lee.
Thank you, Kuzbo
Yvonne,
from
Yvonne,
Nepal.
make it. See you later tonight.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Night, Jane.
Farewell.
Bye. See you, Auntie
We'll
girls.
see you all
Hey,
again
Bridget.
Night,
someday.
Jane.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m.
Thank you, Team Dino.
ETD for the Aussie girls.
Always be there.
Yes, 6:30 for
Thank
the
you,
Aussie girl,
Jackson.
please. Let's support
Gosh,
them.
I'm sleeping then. Oh, that's
No,
nice.
Yvonne, there's
You
no
are
way.
8:30, Tina. 8:30,
Yvonne
Tina.
is talking. Yvonne, go
8:30.
ahead.
8:30 for Singapore.
Thank you.
When
Set
is
your
the
alarm.
I'm
Just set your
sleeping too,
alarm.
Tina.
we've
Set an
postponed
alarm.
today.
Oh, you
Hey.
postponed the Aussie girl webinar.
We've had to postpone today.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
sorry.
Set your alarms
Thank you
now.
for that.
Get up early.
We're gonna have another extra hour.
Goodbye for
Bye.
today.
Oh, so long. Farewell. We'll see you
Auf
all again
Wiedersehen.
someday. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Came late.
Farewell.
Next time, come early and enjoy the music.
Yes. Who's singing?
We should have him play at the end of the webinar so
Yes.
we all stand up and dance.
Yes.
Totally agree. I
That's true.
totally agree, Sister Listra. We can all dance.
Exactly at the end of the webinar. Lynn, you're in charge of
I
that.
think we're
At the
gonna play a
end of
little
the
bit in the
webinar,
beginning and
get
play the big
music
part
so
at
we
the
can
end.
dance.
But in that case, they stop,
We are
streaming from
family.
singing.
There you go.
Come on, everybody with me.
That's good.
We are family. Everybody on classes, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, somebody's singing.
Yeah.
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 Bye,
Nice.
everyone.
I got all my
Thank
sisters
you.
and brothers with me.
Okay,
We
back to the
are
gallery.
families.
Sing it, Tina.
Hey, everybody's
Come
good
on,
singers.
everybody, unpass it. Let's go, yeah.
That's the way, yeah.
That's
Wow.
great, Tina.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Love it.
Bye-bye, folks.
Love it. Well, we're all on
Unpassive
past
for
the
life.
family.
Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I'll be,
Bye,
I'll be
everybody. Have a
karaoke.
good sleep.
I'll
Have
do
a good
karaoke
day.
with you
Working
guys
hard.
when I meet
Just
you.